Thank you guys for taking the time today to present to our members. I want to let everyone know that this is LINQ. We have a POS contract with them, and it is contract number 1038. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Dee and Michael.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. And we're excited to be here and take the next 20 minutes to give just kind of a brief overview of who LINQ is, the solution that we provide for nutrition. We have a couple of valued customers lined up to, share some of their favorite parts of the LINQ nutrition solution. So we'll go ahead and dive right in. A little bit about LINQ. We are 100% focused in K-12. So truly our bread and butter as far as, kind of who we work with within the industry. We work with about a third of school districts across the country. And, a number that I feel really proud about is helped to serve over 17 million students last year. And growing. Our LINQ solutions expand beyond nutrition, but that is where we will focus today. So my name is Dee White. I am the Regional Director of Sales. Michael, if you'll go to the next slide. Sorry. I have Michael Piakarski presenting with me today. He's one of our solution consultants. And then, as I mentioned, 3 valued customers. We have Alexis Weber from Austintown School District in Ohio, Shannon Kelly at Tri-County School Corporation in Indiana, and then Wanda Ladd at Humphreys County from Tennessee. And they all have something a little bit different and unique to speak about as it pertains to our solution. So, I think what brings us here today, and oftentimes what, allows us to engage with districts like yours are some of the biggest challenge, for looking for a way to help to solve for some of the most present challenges that school nutrition programs face. And, what we have on screen here are some of the biggest ones that have been present, some that have, maybe curbed and come back, but, program costs, labor shortages, food waste, and unpaid meal debts probably being some of the largest of those. And what we hope to showcase today is some ways in which our solution really helps to curb some of that. Many districts today, a lot of districts that we've helped to onboard, they've come from something that looks a little bit like this, right? Where you're using multiple systems, multiple logins, maybe lack some integration. And so, really lacking efficiency, as well as, real-time data, allowing you to make, great data-driven decisions for your program. We've partnered with HPS, as Tori mentioned, and we're on the contract. So HPS put out a competitive bid. So well vetted. I know there were several committees that kind of voted on awarding LINQ Nutrition as an awarded provider. So proud of that. We have I think upwards of 100 plus customer districts that are HPS members already today. As part of the contract, of course, it helps with procurement. So a contracting vehicle, as well as that group discounted pricing. A big reason why you're part of the HPS group is to get that group purchase price. Our contract does include, like Tori mentioned, our front of house software, so your point of sale, student eligibility management, and our online parent portal, as well as our digital web and menu suite and digital menu displays, which Michael will give you a brief preview here shortly. The LINQ Nutrition full platform does provide a full front and back of house solution. Some of the things that really differentiate ourselves within the industry, if you will, is a single system, full integration, even between front and back of house, and then real-time data. We are truly 100% web-based, so nothing to install, even at the point of sale, as well as cloud hosted. And so with that, I'm going to kind of hand it over to Michael, and he's going to start a little bit talking about kind of the way that we help to onboard districts and some of the tools that we have available for that.
As Dee said, we're happy to be with you today. Just kind of want to give you a brief overview of our platform. This is not meant to be an in-depth study where we go deep into the weeds, but we really want to talk about how we do bring districts on board. And it's a very structured implementation process where we're going to work with you on your schedule to get you on board. You'll have a consultant that's working with you step by step. You'll have, some information here within our Titan Academy platform. Videos, just go ahead and view, and then we'll circle back around and actually implement you into the process. Shannon Kelly has went through this process before, so I want to turn it over to her just to speak about her experience with coming on board with Titan. Shannon?
Thanks. So one of the things I just need to clarify right from the get-go is that I'm actually a technology director. I'm not food service. However, I was a part of our implementation that we started last fall. We moved from Meals Plus to the LINQ Titan program. Our implementation specialist did an amazing job of telling us what our agenda was going to be and walking us through what our implementation tasks were. She left us with a very clear understanding after each training what our homework was that we needed to finish prior to the next training. She also made sure that we knew what order we would do the trainings. I'm not going to lie, during that time, I paid attention, but only partial attention because I was a technology director. However, shortly after, right before we did implementation training 4 and 6, my food service director was actually in an accident that limited her ability to be able to continue to work full time and was going to limit her from being able to start school. So suddenly I got tasked about 2 weeks before school started to make sure our implementation was 100% ready to go. So we had already completed all our training, but I was able to reach out to my specialist after completing that training to verify what we probably still needed to complete to be ready to start school. So she was extremely helpful to make sure that I knew what I needed to make sure was done. But also in that, because I didn't do much of the Titan Academy training, my food service director was handling that. I had to all of a sudden dig into Titan Academy and learn all about Titan. And it was very friendly for the user. I was able to find 5 training modules that I was able to use and tell my food managers and my cashiers that these are the training modules we're going to use. It was as simple as typing things like verification or POS terminal. And we were able to find these nice little training nuggets that are like 2 to 5 minutes long tops, but it was nice to have that small nugget that really walked me through step by step what I needed to know and learn. And so after that, I was able to train the cashiers who were really nervous. We walked through our training the day before school started, and that next day, all of them were like, hey, that training was great. This was super easy. Our transition went really well. And also the Star School's always a crazy time, but I'm going to give a shout out to the tech support because they were always very good at listening to my questions that I had, and they were able to walk me through and make sure that I really knew what I needed to do to solve my little problem at that time.
Yeah, thanks, Shannon. So, Titan is that online resource for all things Titan or LINQ Nutrition related. Wonderful to hear about your experience. But I just want to interject that this is an ongoing process. This is a living, breathing document. So we are always adding to this as well. So as new features come aboard, we add into the Titan Academy, which is going to be rebranded sometime as the LINQ University. So just kind of wanted to add that. Thank you very much. So I'm going to kind of jump into, show you a few features here. Going to kind of start with the parent experience here in our LINQ Connect family portal. And this would be the parent's view into the system. And with that, I want to ask Wanda Ladd to come off of mute and just speak to a little bit to her experience in the family portal and how it has helped her district. Wanda?
We have fallen in love with the LINQ family portal. The parents that I have heard from, we just started it this year, and our online application process tripled. And the parents are very excited that it is so user-friendly, and they love it. So I just got a call the other day from someone who told me that they had turned in an application and they needed to go ahead and get qualified. And I said, I haven't seen your application. I said, go online and go ahead and put it online. And they did. And they have been they did. We got them taken care of right away, and they called me back and they told me how much they loved it. They're telling the teachers how easy it is, and it is absolutely made my job unbelievably much easier because of less applications that I have to do on the paper application side. And so we are very, very excited to have this portal, and it gets more and more use every day. So our parents are absolutely 100% loving this, and we just hate that we didn't go a little sooner. I mean, we really do like it. It has made it so much easier. And today's parents don't like something that's too complicated or that takes too long. And they can get right in there, make an account. They can check their students' balances. They can check to see what their student is eating. They can put restrictions on what their student eats and can spend on a la carte that day. And they love that. They can put money in for their students and then put it however much to every child they want. And it costs one-time fee. It does not cost for each student like it used to on the portal we had before. And they are loving that too. I had one of the girls tell me that she just handed her phone to her 5-year-old, and her 5-year-old and her signed them up so they could get on the portal because her 5-year-old wanted to do it. So she let her do it. So it was so simple that her 5-year-old was able to, through some instruction, I'm sure, from mom, but she was able to get in there and make her own account for her own school lunches. So we really like it.
Great, thanks, Wanda. And so you can see that this can be enabled for staff and for students alike. Add them in there, add funds onto their accounts. Lots of different functions within our family portal platform that can be enabled or disabled to suit a district's needs. Ultimately, this was designed as a one-stop shop for the parents so that they don't have to go into multiple places and make payments for even items such as, technology fees. We do have the ability to manage non-nutrition service items through our platform as well. And this is all included with our front of the house core package. So I just kind of wanted to show you a few items there. Thank you, ladies, for your experience and sharing that with the group. From here, I also have enabled announcements out to the staff members, or excuse me, out to the parents. And these are links that can go out. So if you had any kind of announcements you wanted to push out to the parents in general, you could do that through the parent portal. Here I'm linking over to another one of our products, which is the School Nutrition and Fitness platform. And here I'm linking to Alexis, who's on the phone with us. They are current customers. They are using the School Nutrition and Fitness platform. This is part of the digital menu suite that is part of the core HPS package. And of course, this is a fully ADA and USDA accessible web page for your child nutrition programs. There's kind of a few key features of that. Here in the core features, you get the website and the online menu designers. The online menu designer works with other menu planning software as well. And what it does is it allows you to have a digital menu view of your menus in an online fashion. Additionally, there are digital displays that can be enabled, which would allow you to project to digital monitors within the cafeterias themselves. So just kind of wanted to give you an overview of our School Nutrition and Fitness platform, also known as iSight. And with that, I kind of want to jump into the back of the house here. I got logged out due to inactivity. I apologize for that. I'm going to log right on back in and get to our landing page. And without getting into too much of the weeds here, again, our system does kind of a lot of things. It does, verification. It does direct certification, imports. We have the student management where we can work with multiple student information systems. And we have a really dynamic reporting system within our platform as well. And Alexis, I invite you at this time to come off of mute and maybe speak about your experience with the reporting platform.
Sure. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Good, great. So as a customer of LINQ now for 2.5 years, I'm just echoing what the other two customers had already spoken about. Just some great features, some really solid programming that helps us in our child nutrition world. From a reporting standpoint, I'm a data's person. Data is the truth and shows you where you're at. As you can see what Michael's showing on the dashboard, there's all sorts of widgets that tell you data like your sales and how much you've sold and the balances for the day, revenue, how many meals you've sold on the line chart. I have these set up in my district. I love going through them and being able to just get a snapshot of what we did for the day. But from a reporting standpoint, all of this data can be extracted from the system in reports. And I just want to highlight a few key things about reports that are very important to me. First and foremost, there's already built reports or canned reports that Titan has built based on their experience of what the customer needs. And most of them are really great, like a normal claim for reimbursement report. That would be like your CN 6 and 7 for a lot of Ohio districts. It has everything you need broken out by building based on meal program. It's excellent. Tells you meal count plus your expected reimbursement rate that you'll be getting back. It's great in that regard. The other thing that's super important, again, for our district is the customization. A lot of these reports, you can go in and you just have endless amounts of filters on how you can get the report exported, either through an Excel spreadsheet or if you want a PDF. I know depending on the data, you can go back and forth on most of the reports and pick out how you'd like it exported, how you'd like it displayed. That to me, that's super important because sometimes when information is asked of our department, we have to kind of go through, and it doesn't take long, but just figure out what's the best display of that information. On another note, I just completed my verification report today in the CURS system in the state of Ohio, and the report feature for the collection report for verification through Titan, excellent. It goes line by line. I really almost don't even need to think about it. It shows me exactly what I need to put into the state software. So that part was really great, very easy. Again, from a data standpoint, reports are important to me as they're important to any child nutrition program. And I think what Titan offers is just really great, both from the customization and also from like the standard reports that are already built in the system.
Great, thanks, Alexis. One other thing I just want to mention is that, as we create these reports for you, we save those as templates. You could then run those from the templates themselves or group them together and even schedule them to run on a frequency that you determine so they can be auto-delivered to you. With the remaining time, I'm just going to jump over to the point of sale, give you a couple highlight features of our POS. It is a web-based, cloud-based system with nothing to install any step of the way, and that includes our point of sale. So this is a browser-based point of sale. And here, what we do is we link to the student information that's in our database, then we download that into the cache of the browser. So we have that information stored locally. And what we're doing is we're constantly calling home. We're pushing out transactions, we're pulling in deposit information. So if we lose our connectivity with the internet, we have that student information cached from the last time we were connected to the internet, storing those transactions in the same place that student data stored, and then it pushes out to the cloud from there. So seamless offline transactions are a key feature of our point of sale. We are what we call ourselves hardware agnostic or hardware universal, meaning that we operate with no proprietary hardware. To run a point of sale terminal, here are your specs. You need a system that can connect to the internet and run the Chrome, Safari, or Edge browser. That's it. And then the third thing is, of course, speed is king at the point of sale, and it operates with super fast transactions. We have several different modes here that we can enter, such as, students entering their PIN number or scanning a badge. We could bring up groups of children, by classroom or by those that have eaten in the last 7 days, or create custom groups. And we could even do what we call buffered service mode, where you have a group of children coming down on one line on one input device and a second line on a separate input device. All these transactions, as they're happening, hit the cloud in real time. There's no meal periods to start or stop. There are no days to open or close. So as you ring in a single transaction, We have the ability to auto sell meals to the children. They hit out the cloud. There it is, stored locally, hit the cloud, come back into the system, look at the point of sale on the sales tab. This is that transaction that I just rang in. All these transactions are happening in real time, and you could report out on them in real time as well. So just a really, really brief overview of our point of sale. We can bring in student allergen information, so that information is displayed as well. Happy to go into
Thank
more
you,
detail,
Michael.
but want to be respectful of your time, of course.
Yeah, I know it's a lot to
It
try
is.
to fill in 20 minutes. We could go on for longer. And so with that, we want to make sure to be respectful of our time and just offer up. So for anybody that is interested in digging in more, we can certainly set up a one-to-one demo with our sales representatives and a solution consultant like Michael to go through that in more detail. We're excited to partner with HPS and appreciate this opportunity. So thank you, Tori.
Yes, thank you. We do have a question in here from Cameron. They are asking, can you pull up entire class at one time?
Yeah, absolutely. You could do that with the photo mode. It'll bring up a group of students or an entire class. Really good for those, children that come down by classroom. Then with eat and repeat, you just hit their face and it could serve them a reimbursable meal if you chose to, configure your software that way. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has joined us. I want to say thank you, Dee, Michael, Alexis, Shannon, and Wanda. I will do a shout out to Wanda. She is on one of our committees that helped award this contract. So I wanted to give a little special shout out to her. Like I said, it is contract number 1038. It's on the HPS website. If you have questions on it, or for some reason you're not able to access it on our website, please reach out to me. I'm happy to get that information and put you into contact with Dee or any of the other wonderful people at LINQ. So thank you all so much. We have recorded this webinar, so it will be available on our website.